What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are one of 20 Martin Custom Shop expert dealers in the world and one of only 4 or 5 Martin online preferred partners. We bring you the best Martin guitars every day. Check out empiremusic.com. See our entire selection of incredible Martin guitars, Custom Shop, Standard Series, X Series, Juniors. We do it all, and here is what you need to know about us. We do a full pro setup on every guitar. You know that already probably. You know we want your trade-ins. We have a trade-in portal right on the site. Hit the site, tell us about your trades. We'll get you hooked up. And most importantly, we only believe in a handful of brands. We stock them just crazy deep, and we give you the opportunity to not only get a great guitar, but the right one for you. And the right one for all of us should be this Martin Custom Shop HD-28 Wild Grain Rosewood, top, back, and sides. This is a selfish guitar, I'm not gonna lie. There's some guitars that when you get to do what I get to do, sometimes they build things that make you excited, and oftentimes they resonate, sometimes better than others, but all Rosewood Martin Custom Shop guitars that we do are lights out and super, super popular. For 2025, we have an HD-28 model, and it's killing. You know, we have an amazing relationship with Martin Guitars. Biggest independent deal in the country. We do more custom shop than anybody. We're at the factory all the time. It's beginning of July in 2025 when I'm shooting this video. I've been at the factory 3 times already this year. We have a wood locker there where I'm hand picking woods all the time, storing to build amazing guitars. I'm at the wood library and the wood vault all the time. Martin has the most incredible wood selection in our business. Hands down, it's not close. So we have a really unique relationship with them where we can build amazing guitars. Actually in 2024, in the summer of 2024, Justin and I went out to the factory on a fact-finding wood-buying mission to build cool guitars. And we do all sorts of cool stuff. Our idea behind the custom shop guitars that we spec, sometimes they're line extensions. We do D28s, HD-28s with upgraded tone woods, Honduran rosewoods, or Guatemalan rosewoods, or Adirondack tops, whatever it be, and that's great. And then we do things like this. We design guitars that don't exist, sonic combinations that aren't available. We're filling in the gaps, because what we know about our customers is a lot of times someone will say, hey, I wish we could get the guitar that sounded like this, but it was just a little bit more this. Ooh, I know how to do that. You know what I mean? And it's just like through being open 23 years now, knowing all of our customers, knowing the tone woods and the design of a guitar and how to draw out certain aspects of it, we've put together an incredible selection of Martin guitars. You can see on our website, all the photos are there, never a stock photo, so you get to pick a guitar like this. It's just absolutely beautiful, or one like it. You know, we've only done a handful of these guitars for this year, so you know it's a really collectible piece as well, because there's just not many of them out there. But it's like, if you're looking to add your collection, you should consider this. So what do you want to know about Rosewood guitars? We'll see. What's cool about this one's really figured. It's really beautiful, of course. Show you the back as well here while we're at it. Some of them have more or less figuring. This one's really pretty because it's kind of chill at the top, a little bit more party at the bottom. I like almost like the transition of the grain, the curl is really beautiful on this. You can see, like I said, all the sets of the guitars that we picked, because they're built in our inventory, and you can see how they turned out. What's really important to know about custom shop guitars is, first, that Martin is taking the very best wood that they have and sorting it for the custom shop. And it goes into a custom shop where Wood Vault, where Joe, who's their custom shop Wood Vault guy, and his assistant Kareen, the two of them sit and they sort woods all day long, grading them, flexing them, saying, hey, this would be best for a dreadnought, this will be best for a double O or a triple O, and they're doing that for you. So they're sorting through all this wood, and they're vetting it to make the very best version of that specific guitar. And that's what the custom shop offers. Every guitar is maximized, which doesn't take away from production guitars, but the reality of it is when they're building production guitars, there's stacks of wood, and they're building out the next one in their production cycle. You know what I mean? They're not trying to make sure that wood is perfect for that specific guitar, and the bracing is perfect for that specific guitar. The sides are perfect for that specific guitar. They're making sure it's a great product that meets their standards, and Martin has high standards. But they're not trying to make everyone the very, very, very best it can be. It's impossible to do. You have to be a much smaller scale. So when you go to the custom shop and we go and we say, hey, listen, we want to do one of our wild grain runs. Well, they bring all the tops out, the backs and sides, and now we start to flex ourselves. And Justin and I get to put our hands on the wood and feel, hey, this one's more powerful. You can feel because the flexibility, the density of the wood allows for you to know, if, hey, is this one kind of going to be a little bit, is this one too chunky? Does this one not have enough go? Does it sound a little dead when you tap it? Yeah, that definitely can happen. So we're sorting through tons and tons and tons of wood sorted tops and backs and sides to give us the best sets that we want to do for 10 or 15 guitars. It takes a lot of time and effort on our end, but it's something we love to do. This guitar is just something, the Rosewood guitars have been something I just wanted to do. I knew that they would sound awesome because I just had an inkling that it would sound awesome. And when we did them initially a few years ago, we've done D41s, which we probably have a handful of. We've done these, we've done some smaller bodies, and they've always slayed. This is the first in the 28 series that we've ever done. So we're excited to bring that to you. Rosewood, if you know Rosewood, you probably do. If you're a guitar player and you're watching this video, you definitely are a guitar player. You know them from D28s. You know, it's like HD-28s, triple 28s, ohm 28s, a lot of bass, a lot of sparkle, kind of reduced mids. The Wild Grain gives you this really cool visual effect. It's just obviously gorgeous. But what does it do on top? And this was the billion-dollar question when we want to do it the first time, and what we've kind of fleshed out. What's really cool is this guitar on paper doesn't seem like it's going to sound really good. It's not going to be too boastful. It's not going to be full enough. It's going to be too thuddy. This is where coming from wood sorting makes a ton of difference. Wood thickness makes a ton of difference on the tops. And then the bracing choices are really, really important. So really round, really lush. If you heard in the intro, it's just like almost sounds like if you gave Koa, an all Koa guitar, if you gave it a backbone, right? You gave it some muscle. You made it more round and fat. It's got that balance to it that Koa would have, but way fuller. You know, it's just like, but if you took that one aspect from a Koa guitar, if you play an all Koa top to bottom, you know, to top, back, and side guitar, and you strum through it, it's got equal bass, mids, and trebles almost, and it's kind of got this little bit of roundness to it, but just much thinner. This is that fattened up. It's wild. I mean, it's just really, really fat sounding. A cool take on it this year is we added the golden era bracing, which is a 5/16 inch bracing that's deeply scalloped. So we added enough stiffness to the top to give it clarity and focus, enough removed from the bracing that gives us the power that we want and output, because this is not going to be as loud as a spruce guitar. If you want a banjo killer, go buy an Adirondack top Honduran D28 from us. We have them. They're awesome. Get one. Get both and treat yourself. But if you're looking for something in your collection that is the roundest, fullest, fattest version of a guitar, you're looking at it. And this is just, I mean, obviously it's just something that stops you in your tracks visually, and that's exciting. But we wanted to make sure we chose the right bracing. That golden era bracing gives us the best of both. The width that gives you the clarity, the carve that gives you the power, which is amazing. We have an ebony fingerboard and bridge. We have the mahogany neck, open gear tuners. We did give it a little bit of beauty with the sound hole here. We gave you a little bit more bling there, just a little bit of power shell to make it beautiful. You have the herringbone touch from the HD-28, which I love. Really just sweet, you know, authentic fingerboard thickness, GE modern neck, which is amazing, super comfortable, low profile heel, so all those features. But really the story comes, super premium wood, hand sorted, then we hand sort to get you this guitar, and that gives you just an amazing sound. So if you watch my videos, you know I like to do dynamic range, and I like to do the mids of the guitar. These are things to me that no matter how good of a guitar player you are, should really, really matter to you. You want to know how much the guitar can open up, and does it perform admirably at both ends of the spectrum of light touch and heavy touch. And if we're playing through the mids of a guitar and you can't hear what's going on, that's a problemo. So something to consider. And that happens at many price points. You know, it's just like, that's not a $200 guitar problem. There's lots of $2,000 guitars and $4,000 guitars that are just poorly voiced. And that doesn't mean that each guitar has equal bass, mids, and trebles. That's impossible. But if your guitar has one of those areas that is exaggerated, you know, you have plus treble or plus bass, minus bass, whatever it would be, we still need a presence there. We still need the mids of the guitar to come through when you're playing. And I think this guitar does great. So let's punch through it and see what you think. first thing, the dynamic range on this is really surprising given the top, because the top is not as explosive as a spruce top would be. It plays big for sure. I mean, you get to a point where it's just like, if you're pushing harder than that, you're outside of the 99% of players that don't need more than that. It sounds amazing light, and I'd almost say that a lot of times customers come in and say, I want a rosewood guitar, I want something that's really warm. And a lot of times what they mean is warm, but rosewood is bassy. You know what I mean? Rosewood has extra bass and extra treble. So sometimes rosewood can be really glassy. I almost say that this is the sound that I think most people expect to have come out of a Martin Dreadnought, that maybe if you haven't tons and tons of guitars, you want that roundness and that fullness, this is it. You know, you get the sparkle at the top, you get the big bass, but it's fatter all the way through. It's just really just a rounder version of those guitars. The mids perform lovely. I mean, there's a lot of body, a lot of character. This guitar can do anything. I mean, it can play any style of music. It's definitely big enough sounding that you can play with other guitars for sure. It plays better small than a lot of spruce top Dreadnoughts will, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous piece. I mean, you probably don't have one of these in your collection, I'm gonna go out and say, you know, because I just don't see very many out there. So it's the Empire Music exclusive Martin Custom Shop HD-28 with all Wild Grain Rosewood top, back, and sides. It's available at empiremusic.com. You can see the exact photos of the guitars. You can call us at the shop, of course, 412-343-5299. Ask for me, ask for the guys. We will hook you up with all the right information. The key to this is getting you the right guitar. We dial the guitars with the Pro Setup. I always say the Pro Setup is, if you were a touring artist and you went to Martin to pick up a guitar, this is how they hand it to you if you're ready to go on stage. That's how we're going to deliver it to you. We're happy to take your trade-ins and hook you up with there. That's great. And like I think the thing we're most proud of is that we only believe in a handful of brands. We put our everything into them. We stock them crazy deep, and that gives you the best experience to find the right guitar for you. There's lots of good and great Martin guitars out there. Getting the right Martin guitar for you is our passion, making sure you're getting the feel, the fit, the finish that you want, dialed in the way you need to be, and making that experience personalized while offering you an incredibly wide selection in the brand. And this is something we're really proud of, and we love working with the crew at Martin. They're just amazing. So check out empiremusic.com, chat with us on the site, tell us about your trades, ask any question you need. We'll get you the right guitar here at Empire. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please do. This is the Empire Music exclusive Custom Shop Martin HD-28 with all Wild Grain Rosewood. Thanks for watching.